We here at Four Winds Farm use a number of different sort of alternative energy approaches to farming. The raised beds, the permanent beds is one of those. We've got the solar photovoltaic panels up on the roof generating our electricity. And then here in the greenhouse, we heat the greenhouse with manure, which we collect from our barnyard, from our animals up at the barnyard. And we mix the cow manure up there with horse manure that I truck in. And that combination gets really hot initially, and then eventually, sort of, as it's composting, moderates around 120 degrees. So we bring it in here, wheelbarrow full by wheelbarrow full, and let it decompose here in the greenhouse. And that gives us the heat that we need at nighttime just to keep the greenhouse above freezing. We do this in usually late February, early March, as we're gearing up for our seedling production. The neat thing about the compost end of things is that not only does it give us the heat that we want as we're starting our seedlings this time of year, but after it sits here for a year, it's compost. And we use that compost as the primary ingredient in our potting mix. You see this bed over here, that was, well, we were filling that up a year ago. That was all fresh manure, and we brought it in just like we're doing on this side, and it sat for a year, and it heated the greenhouse in March, April, and May, and it makes a terrific potting soil, and that's what we use. So during the winter, the cows come up here, and we keep them here in the barn. We feed them in the barn there, and also out here. And they deposit their manure here. And then we collect it. We mix it. We mix the cow manure with horse manure that I truck in. So what we've got over here, this pile, actually on the far side, is where I'm building it. I'm mixing it with manure that I'm digging out of the run-in section of the barn. That's sort of where the cows run in, the cows run out. They lay down in there, they hang out in there, and they also hang out sitting around here. And I scrape all the manure out of there, and I mix it with the horse manure and build up a pile. And everything that you see under the snow, that big mound there, you don't really see any compost. All you see is the snow piled up. That's the compost that I made last year. And so there's no more heat in it. It's already decomposed. And that will get used out in the garden. We'll also use this compost here to top off what we're moving into the greenhouse. This year I decided to grow something for the cows. These are called stock beets. Their other name is called mangel, M-A-N-G-E-L. And they're just very big, oversized beets. And these were grown, believe it or not, like 150 years ago for cows. Farmers would grow these, and they'd store them. And during the winter time, they'd feed them to the cows as a source of nutrition. Nowadays, people are feeding cows corn and soybeans and so forth. That isn't really a part of their natural diet. I don't really keep them, feed them on a regular basis, but it's fun to bring a little treat down to them. Cows kind of like it too. There you go. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah. I like that. Let's find somebody else. Oh. They give me their manure. Sometimes they get a little pushy about it too. Okay, that's it. That's all we got today.